Good afternoon, I'm Uttara, and thank you for coming. Why might golfers have issues with their knees? Generally, I would say there are many factors, obviously. However, what's going on in the hip? If the hip is too tight and it doesn't move, then the knee will have to take up extra rotation. Or if the hip doesn't activate, there's too much weakness, laxity, and it shifts around too much, the knee also will shift too much. Similarly, ankles. If the ankle, too much mobility, the knee will shift. The ankle, too stiff, the knee will have to take up some of that rotation. We're going to do a few different exercises to help to strengthen the alignment of those joint systems, to give you more support structure through your hips, knees, and ankles, and to work on the sequencing of how the joint should work together. Okay, here we're going to begin with a glute activation. That before you start changing the direction of the stroke, the glutes must engage to stabilize the pelvis, or else there will be leak and you'll lose much of the power that you're trying to apply. So to do this one, we'll lie on the floor. Both legs will be straight, just very relaxed position. We'll start with the right leg. Simply engage your glute, push your heel to the floor, hold, breathe in, inhalation, exhalation, and release. Right leg, glute activation, press the heel into the floor, inhalation, exhalation, and release. Glute, flex the foot, push the heel down. Activate the glute first, the rest of the leg will come around. That will naturally pull your heel and knee into alignment. You should feel this completely in the glute. You should not really feel a pulling from the front of the leg. If that is the case, that indicates you're pulling from your hip flexors, which again would cause a leak. The leg bone would shift in the hip socket. If you engage the glutes, the muscles in your butt, you will naturally flex, press the heel down. Then switch to the left leg. Glute activation, press the heel, hold, and release. Glute activation. It all happens virtually simultaneously, but needs to be initiated from the glute.
I wasn't planning on
it. Try to keep the other leg out of it. Initially, when people start trying to do glute activation, it's hard for them to feel one side more than the other or activate one side more than the other. Generally, everything just starts kind of working all at the same time. Here we're focusing on one side, see if you can get that left side to engage. Press the heel down. Hold for a few seconds, release it, glute activation, press the heel. Get a sense of how that sequencing pattern is stimulating the joints down the leg. And rest. Good. So next, we're going to work on actually strengthening the muscles to support the knee in all different directions, and as well to give support to the ankle joint. This time, try to not use the glutes. Think about more, just press. The action is to push down on a towel. So here, I have this towel, and it should be rolled up. So the height of the towel, how high should it be? People often ask. Only such that the heel, when you push down with your leg, you should feel the heel lift up off the floor. Okay, so I'm just going to roll this one up. We're going to start again with the right leg. It's not behind the knee, but above the knee, if you can see that. So more in the hamstrings. The left leg shouldn't be on the towel, just off the side. And again, lying down. Now this time, try to forget about your glutes. Only think of one thing, pressing down. Push down into the towel. As you do that, the leg will straighten. You'll see the knee will naturally align itself with the ankle. Foot flexed, toes pulled up, and relaxed. Again, push down. Here we're holding for 8 seconds, relaxing for 5. Release. Again, push down on the towel. Deliberately press. Yes. So what you should notice, the back of the leg muscles will engage, definitely muscles around the knee joint, on the inside, the muscles on the inside of the leg, to a certain extent, the groin. And release. Press down.
Keep the shoulders relaxed, arms out, palms face out. Pull the toes up toward you. Release. Typically, I would do 2 sets of 10 repetitions like this. Today, we're going to cut it a bit short so we can fit in a few different exercises. Release. Deliberately press down. Very good. As well, you might note that your abdominal muscles engage. Now, the rest of the body should be passive. Left leg is relaxed, shoulders are relaxed, no tension in the neck. Relax the leg every rep. Push down. When you're pressing, definitely very strenuous muscular action for the leg, about 70% of max. Keep the toes pulled up and release. Do one more, push down. Hold. And release. Now switch to the left leg. Just above the knee. Right leg is relaxed, shoulders, body's totally passive. Ready? Left leg, push down on the towel. Now definitely left side, be conscientious of the foot. Release, relax your right leg, left leg push down. The toes should be pointing up towards the ceiling. Often the left foot, because of pronation through the ankle, it tends to angle out. So just double check that the foot is aligned. Release. Again, press down. Try to avoid, for the purposes of this move, avoid thinking about your glutes. Just think about pushing down. Right, and release. Because the lower leg is lifted off the towel, muscularly, you'll have to give, the tendons will support the knee joint. Now, sometimes you might feel this more on the inside of the knee if it's weak, if the medial aspect of your knee is somewhat weak. Recover, leg, rest. Push down again, foot flexed. Relax your shoulders. And release. And push down. Notice how the whole leg stiffens, the knee and the ankle become in alignment. Also, the femur, where it sets into the hip, everything will align properly. Release. Relax your right leg one more time. We'll just do push down. And release. And now just relax here for a moment.
Next, we're going to progress to using those tools that we've just practiced and strengthened and applying it to what's going on with the core and the shoulders. First, we're going to do a rotational movement. Again, here, learning how to rotate in the proper places without twisting the knees. Engage the glutes firmly, toes are pressed into the floor, the hips and knees and toes all slightly angled out. First, turn the head to the side. Keep your glutes engaged firmly. Let the shoulders rotate. Keep the glutes engaged. Then hook the hands. One hand hooks in the other with the fingers. Pull the shoulder blade back. And what you'll notice is the knees will stabilize. If you release the glutes, the knees will twist. Okay, so let's practice other way. Head, glutes engaged, shoulders, hook the hands, pull the shoulder blade back, rotate a little further, but only what your core will allow. Do not over-rotate. Make sure glutes and core are engaged. Again, if core is weak, there'll be too much rotation in the lower back. We want to avoid that as well. Head, glutes activated. Shoulders, glutes are firm. Pull the shoulder blade back. No twisting of the waist. Turn forward. Head, shoulders, glutes are firm. Hands hook, pull. Use your core support. Center. Continue. Head, shoulders, glutes. Here, what we're working on is the muscular control of those joint systems, and that will transfer naturally into your golf game. Good. And last position we'll do is an upward extension rotation of the shoulder blades and of the arm. Here, I find often in golf as well that people do not mobilize the shoulder girdle, the shoulder blades effectively, and instead just swing the arms. So here, same position, feet slightly to the sides, toes are pressed down, glutes are engaged, good core support. The arm is slightly facing you at the front, straight arm. As the arm comes up, the palm is facing forward. Arm comes down. Keep the arm really stiff so that as you're lifting, the power is being driven from the movement of the shoulder blade. Here we're stabilizing the pelvis and training the shoulder blade how to move through that swing in the golf game. Yes, keep the elbow straight. If the elbow bends, then the shoulder will internally rotate. So we want to strengthen the upper back here, triceps, and rest. Okay, from the back, this other arm. Thank you for joining me. I'm Uttara. Please enjoy the other videos on my YouTube channel, and the link to our Zoom class is in the comment section below. Enjoy yourself. Let me know how this works for you. As a golfer, this should help to build up better alignment, better muscular support for the joint systems, better range of motion, and hopefully better scores. Let me know. Thanks a lot.